What's up guys, this is your man GidK once again. Today's video I'm going to show you how to retouch your outdoor images right in Photoshop. So this image right here was shot with the Canon EOS6D. Let me open the file info for you guys so you can see the exact details. Yes, so camera data. Yes, this is a Canon EOS6D with a 50mm 1.8 aperture lens. Yes, it's just natural light, strictly natural light. Yes, so I'm going to show you how to retouch your outdoor image. You can use this same technique, and in today's video I'm going to use my advanced gidkay retouching pack. Yes, which is going to enhance your retouching skill and then make you retouch very fast. Yes, so this is just a process from Camera Raw. You can also, if you have Lightroom or Capture One, you can do that, but this is strictly from Camera Raw, just color correction. And then I brought it in here. I realized there are things I'll have to take out from the image, which is the little girl at the background, this tone, right? So I just corrected these two things, so before and after. Yes, and then I'm using the Photoshop 2020. So I did this with the content away, not the generative fill. Yes, so in case you are wondering. Yes, all right, so now let's dive in and go and take out some blemishes from the image. So you can do that with your spot healing brush. Yes, it's a Sunday night and I decided to do a real-time tutorial for you guys. Yes, so you can view or look at how I edit my outdoor images. Yes, so these are some of the hair strands. Yes, you wouldn't waste much time on it. She doesn't really have much blemishes on her face, but let's make sure our work is clean enough. Yes, okay, all right, this is cool. So now all we are going to do is just play the action, which is my advanced gidkay retouching action. So this image is in 8-bit. Yes, so I'm going to play the 8-bit FS 8-bit, and it's going to create the layers for me. Yeah, so once the action starts playing, it's going to ask you for the Gaussian blur radius. Yes, and for this image I'm going to use about I'm thinking of 5 or 6, because I want to retain textures at the same time I want to smoothen out the skin as well. So 5 will do, and I'll just click on it. Yes, so this is how the layers come out to be. You can choose to retouch on the low layer or retouch on the empty layer. I recommend the empty layer, which I'll be using today, and I'll share some of my tips with you guys. So these are my brush settings. You can also follow along using these settings as well, and then make sure your sample all layers is checked when you are using the empty layer. Turn it off if you want to retouch on the low layer. Yes, so let's dive in. I'm going to turn off the FS high, and then so we can brush on the skin. Yes, so with the brushing you have to take your time. Make sure you are not mixing midtones and highlight all together. Yes, and that is why we are using a clean brush, not a load brush. What a clean brush basically means that after any single click release on the mouse or with your Wacom pen, the brush is going to go clean so that I can pick a different color from another part of the skin. Yes, so like for example, if I click like this and I release, now the brush has become clean. Yes, so let's make sure we don't mix or we don't destroy the face. Yes, so I'm using a Gaussian blur radius of 5. Yes, I'll later do a video explaining what Gaussian blur radius is. I think with that one I'll be showing my face so you guys can get it well. Yeah, so make sure you don't overdo it. The main idea of editing is just to enhance the image, not to destroy it, and always keep it as natural as possible. Yes, You don't have to retouch an image and after doing it the person will be looking like a cartoon. No, that's not how it's been done. Yeah, so you take your time, just some tiny edits, and you are good to go. Yeah, so we are on the arm. So mostly what I do is I zoom out a little so I can finish early, and once I zoom out I'm very careful with how I brush. Yes, bear in mind we are using a low blur radius, so any excess move you do will take lots of the skin colors away. Yes, see, I'm taking my time to brush on the skin. Yes, so we are getting to the fingers and then the arms. So I'm taking my time to do this. So once you are brushing, you'll be increasing and decreasing your brush size to fit the area you want to brush. So let's say I'm using this, doesn't mean I should use it for all the parts of the image. Yes, so that's how it goes. So if you are getting to a smaller place, you reduce your brush size. You can do that quickly with your bracket keys on the keyboard. Yes, so the right one is for increase, the left one is for decrease. Yes, well, you can still right click and come and turn it down, but that is stressful and it will waste your time. Yes, and you already know, as I said in the beginning, we don't want to waste much time, we want to edit faster. So imagine if you have about 5 of these images to retouch and you are doing this, just imagine when you'll be done. Yes, so we are on the thighs now. So you see, you are going to follow the highlight of the thighs. So this highlight was basically created with the natural light, which is the sun. Yes, I didn't smear her any oil or anything. It's just from the highlights. Yes, so you take your time and then you brush. Yeah, very soon I'll be getting a Wacom. I've been using the mouse for so long, yeah, and it seems I'm getting used to it. Yes. Well, I used to have one, just that it got damaged, and ever since then I came back to using mouse again, and I'm not used to the mouse more than Wacom. Yeah, but you should get one for a very neat retouching. You see, the flexibility is smooth compared to a mouse, but as we say, the process is not that necessary, it's the end result. Yes, because all these images out there, we don't know the ones that were used using a Wacom or a mouse, a regular computer mouse. Yes, so now let me zoom out and turn on the high. Yes, and we are done with our retouching. So let me show you the before and after. You see, nothing too much has been done before and after. So once I'm done with the brushing, I later use my lasso tool to soften out the brush strokes on the skin. So if you zoom in here, you can see there are brush strokes, strokes from the brush. Yes, so to soften that, you have to use the lasso tool, and then you can find it up here. And then I use a radius, a feather radius of 18. Yes, so that it doesn't look very sharp, or the edges doesn't look very sharp. So I'm going to start with the face. Yes, you can see the retouching is super natural. See, before and after, before and after. Yes, not too much. So I'm just going to select this part, apply a Gaussian blur radius of about let me see. Okay, you see, I didn't brush on the nose very well, so I can still go back and do it. Yes, so I'm going to give it about 15. Yes. Let me quickly fix the nose and then let's proceed. So you turn off the high again, then you brush carefully. Good. Turn it on again, and then go back to our lasso tool. So I always do this too, and because I've already done the 15 Gaussian blur, I don't have to go back to filter and go and do it again. I can just right click and then it's in the history, so I just click it over here. If the effect is too much, all I have to do is just right click again and then fade Gaussian blur. Yes, so this is it, fade Gaussian blur. So you can turn it down to about 30 for any figure you want. Yes, so let's come to this aspect too, and make sure when using the lasso tool, make sure you avoid the edges of the skin. Yes, make sure you avoid the edges of the skin. So they are not everywhere that you apply it. You can ignore some. Let's say for the neck like this, not that necessary, so I'm going to skip that aspect and then select this portion to apply it there, and then select the arms. Let me minus this aspect. You see it's getting close to the edges here, and then I've applied it too. Mostly I don't even worry myself when I get to the shadows because it's not that visible. Yes. But for educational purposes, I'm going to do it so you understand it perfectly. Yeah. With the fingers too, same thing. And then on the thigh, I'm going to increase the blur radius I used initially. Yes, I want it to be more softer. So I'm going to go to Gaussian blur again and then give it a Gaussian blur of 20. Yeah. So with the advantage of retouching on the empty layer is it helps you to know where you've retouched and where you've not, compared to retouching on the low layer. Yes. So I'm going to do a sample for you so that you can see. I don't think this place is even necessary, but let's just apply it. Yes. So if I hold on my alt and then click on the eye of the empty layer, this is what we've done basically. Yes. So you see these places are empty, so I can still go in for my brush and then brush those aspects to come in. You understand? Yes. So that's the advantage of using the empty layer for retouching. Yes. So with the face, this is all I did. So you can see there are some parts that were omitted, but they are in the shadows. I don't really worry myself retouching the shadows because it can also mess up your retouching. You can even drag more shadows into your midtones or your highlights. Yes, once it's not that necessary, I don't worry myself. Yes. Okay, so we are done with the retouching, and this is all what we got before and after. All right, now let's dive into skin tone matching. Yes. So with the skin tone matching, I have a pack available on my digital store, which goes by the name 100 plus rich skin tone gradient map. Yes, it consists of 100 plus, as the name says, 100 plus rich skin tones. So if you are fair, you are chocolate, just name it, you are going to get melanin and all those stuff. Yes. So what I do to get or choose the one that will match my skin tone is I turn off the eye and then go in back again and then try selecting and see whether it's going to match the skin tone. Yes. So if I check the skin over here and I check this one too, I can equally see that this will match or it won't. And you can as well make changes to it. Yes. So let's click it again. And then let's select another one too. Yes. So you see, once you are going, you will notice that this is the one that fits my image or it doesn't. Yes. And it's going to help you match your skin tone perfectly. Yes. So I think myself, I'm even confused. Let's try this for the meantime. So the changes I'm talking about is you can try to bring in more shadows or more midtones. and these are the highlights. So this highlight, this is mid-tone, this is shadows. Because it's dealing with the skin tones, you have to get shadows, mid-tones, and then highlights. So these highlights are for this portion where the light hits very hard. Yes. So if you bring it forward, you are increasing it. So you can see now it's way too much. Yes. Which I don't like it that way. So just take it down, or punch in a little, and then bring my mid-tones a little as well. No, okay, this is perfect. Once you're done, just press on OK, and then you have one last step to do, is to change the blending mode to color. Yes, change it to color, all the way color. Yes, once you're done, you have to invert the layer mask. You can do that with your Ctrl+I on your keyboard. Ctrl+I. If you are using a Mac, it's Command Option, or yes, Command Option I think so. I'm not a Mac user. Yes, so anything that will help you invert it, you can do that. I think you can select it over here. Yeah, layer invert. I think to be in one of these options over here. Yes, let's continue. So you go in for your regular brush tool. Make sure flow is on 100, opacity is on 100, and then you zoom in. Make sure foreground color is on white to reveal the effect. Yes, and then we brush on only the skin. Make sure you avoid the eyes and some parts of the eyebrows. If you make a mistake, you can just change your foreground color to black. Black takes off and white brings in. Yes, depending on if your layer mask is black over here. Yes, if it's white, black will rather take it off. Yeah, so you're just going to paint on the skin. Yes, I don't know if I should speed up this aspect because it's going to take most of our time. Yeah. Okay, so you brush thoroughly, and if you want to get a perfect brushing, if you want to get a perfect brush, you can turn on the red mask using just your slash key on the keyboard. Yes, so you can know where you are brushing. Yes, so but if you do this for long, you won't be needing this red mask. Yes, it just helps you to know where you've applied the effect and where you've not. Yes, so try to avoid the mouth as well, or the lips. Yes, let me say it that way. And make sure you brush carefully when you get to the edges. You know, after brushing, you can still change your skin tone color. One thing about my digital products is you can make personal adjustments to it to fit your style. So it's not rigidly just my way. Yes, so even with a retouching action, you can still make changes to it to fit your style of doing it. Yes, and I have a full tutorial on each and all my digital products on my store. So if in case you don't get anything, there's a video, a full in-depth tutorial about it that you can get inquiries from or info about it. And as well, if you want a one-on-one session too, I'm going to leave a link down. You can book and have a one-on-one session. Ask me any question that's bothering you concerning photography, or you want me to help you out with certain stuff. And also we have a WhatsApp group that we have discussions each and every time, and then a Telegram channel as well. Yes, all links are below or in the description, so check it out and join. We love to have you as a family, yeah, or to be a part of our family. So brush very carefully, make sure you don't go out of your way. Yes, someone would say this is time taking or stressful. Yes, I have a different way of doing this, and that will be in a different video. For today I just want to show you guys the traditional way of doing it. Yes, so you get a main concept. So I'm matching all the skin tones, so it won't be like the neck has a different color, the face also has a different color. Yes, make sure you stay away from the fingernails. Fingernails are not part of skin tone. Yeah. And then when it gets to the edges, you make sure you reduce, zoom in a little, and then you are good to go. Yes, you see we are almost done. Yes, you see with this, because time against me, I didn't really take much time to do it, but it's okay. When you are doing yours for a client, you make sure you take your time. So now let's take off the red mask, and this is how image looks like. This is our image. So I have to brush here too. So you see where we didn't brush. Yes, edges, all the edges has to be in, all the edges. So we are not going to leave some out. So once you are done, you zoom in and check if everything is on point. Yes, you see when it gets to the clothes, I'm going to clean it out. Yeah, good. So today we are going to do a lot of stuff. It's a complete photo editing tutorial. Yes, so once you are done, this is a before and after. You have to turn down the opacity because the effect is way excessive. So what works for me, or the opacity figure or percentage that works for me, is 20 and below. Yes, so if I take it to 20, sometimes 30, and it's still excessive, I go down below to 15. Yes, 15. Yes, and if there's you still want to change the skin tone color, you can still double click on this, open the skin tone pack, and then change it and see the one that works for you. Yes, so if this works for us, you are going to take that. Yes, all right. So now let's move to the next step, which is dodge and burn. Yes, let's go and do our dodge and burn. So it's also in the advanced gidkay retouching pack. All you have to do is just give it a single click and the layers are going to be created for you. So dodge basically means highlights. If this is your first time hearing dodge and burn, dodge basically means highlights, and then burn actually means shadows. So with that one, you have to reduce your flow percentage to 2% because you don't want to overdo it. Yes, make sure you are using a regular brush, your foreground color to white because the layer mask is on black, so we have to reveal the effect. Reduce your brush to a reasonable size and then brush on where you want to apply the highlight to. So on the nose, on the forehead, and then this part. Yes, the chin and then the neck. Not too much. We just want to bring in those nice depths from the skin. Yes, that's the whole idea for dodge and burn, because once you apply frequency separation, you take out those nice dimensions from the skin. So dodge and burn is like bringing it back. You see, originally there's lots of highlights here, so we won't add more to it, just a little, and then go in for the burn and then apply it to the shadows aspect. That's all. Go to the face, zoom in a little. Okay, this aspect too. Yeah, and then here too. So if you are doing your own, just take your time, okay? Yes, you can get better outcome. So this is just what we did before and after. Let me open the navigator. Before and after. All right, let me then move to eye and teeth whitening. So in this image, she didn't open her mouth, it's just the eye. So I'm going to just apply it to the eyes. So it's also available in my advanced gidkay retouching pack. You can just give it a single click, and then the layers has been created for you. With that one, make sure your flow is on 100. Your foreground color is also on white. Zoom in, minimize on your brush size, and then brush on only the white aspect of the eyes. Don't get to the corners because that place is fleshy. Yes, it has to be natural. Yes, so be careful so you don't go out of your lane. Yes. So once you are done, the effect is too much. Yes, so you have to reduce our opacity, and I normally start from 70. So the opacity 70. Yes, and if I zoom out and it looks great, I'll stick to it. Yes, and sometimes I add up brightness in the eyes because I feel the sun has casted shadows over there. So I just create a curves layer adjustment, invert it, go in for my brush, and just create some small lights over there. Yes, and then later reduce them to about 50%. Yes, just to show up the eyes before and after, before and after. If it's too much, I go down again to about 40. Yes, before and after. Yes, and this is all what you've done. So let me group all this into one folder: before and after, before and after. All right, now let's get to our color grading. Yes, just a simple color grading. So I'm going to start using the selective colors. Yes, I would like to start with white. I want to whiten up the highlights a little. Yes, and then going for, I can see greens over here, so selective colors, then select greens. Try to move the sliders and see which of the greens perfectly matches what we like. Yeah, and then go to blues. Same, I regulate it to okay. So I want cyan in the cyans in the blue. Yes, kind of cinematic cyan. Yeah. Yes, and then lastly go to blacks. Yeah, so with blacks I just shift my cyan to the right side, which is -3, and then with my yellows to +3, sorry, and then my yellows to -3. I don't move it too much. Yes, and then my blacks to this aspect, to the right side. Yes, and then I just get my color grading. This is just a basic color grading. Yes, so before, after, before and after, before and after. Yes, you can also try to place a photo filter on it. I'm using the cooling filter 82, and I reduce the opacity to about 30%, just to bring some coldness into the highlights. Yes, if it's too much, you can just reduce it to 20. So before and after, before and after, or you can still go down on 10. Yes, before and after. Yes, so let's before and after, before and after. I'm not done. I just want to spice things a little bit more. I'm going to create an empty layer, and then going for my brush tool again, just create one click, and then transform it to Ctrl+T. I want to create some hazy sun reflection. Yes, from the sun. Take it to the corners. Yeah, and then duplicate it, and then bring it here too. Anywhere that will fit the image. If it's not corresponding, you can delete it. Yeah, Yes, so let me push this one to up there. I think this is not responding. Yes. And then lastly, I want to create another curves adjustment. There's a minor vignette, yes, to create more focus on here. And then I'm going in for my brush to increase the size, and then I'm going to just clean out. I'm going to make it big enough to cover here, and then give it a single click. Then go in again, go into a face. So you see, as I'm clicking, the layer mask is also showing that I've been clicking odd as well. Yes. So before after, it adds some vignette to this image. Yes. And this is how I edit my outdoor images. So thanks for staying tuned to this end. I promise you I'll be bringing more and more of this content like this. Yes. And please, if this is your first time, kindly subscribe and go check out my digital store. I have lots of product that is going to help you in your photo editing journey. Yes, and that's another way of also supporting this channel. Yes. This is your man Gidkay, and I'm out.